What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Sky Realm here at Homie and the Dude. I am Bodhi, your unexceptional dungeon master, and I am joined by our exceptional cast of players that are all going through very different emotions, as it seems, at the moment. Sam, your face was just beautiful during that. Dear God. First of all, a couple of shout outs to the editing team of Becky and Ben. Shout out to the art team, Alex, Josh, and Victor. Shout out to Reven, lead moderator on our Discord server. And as well as that, shout out to Underground Oracle Publishing. The incredible people over there created all the amazing content that you see Blake playing. And it's awesome stuff. If you enjoy 5e content or you enjoy the Cypher system, they are the people to go for. They are some of the best third-party content creators out there. So definitely check them out. Shout out to Jess and Keith. Finally, if you get a chance, check out our Sky Zephyr's Kickstarter. It's either live or past live or pre-live. It's at some point during the process of it. If you're interested in airship combat and building your very own custom airships for your game, please check that out. It's an awesome resource for any DM or player or even just enthusiast of steampunky stuff. But anyway, I digress. A little recap for you guys. So last session, our players found themselves aboard the Thunderbolt Sky Zephyr, traveling across the skies to Ulegatus, the cluster city. As they did, they all had a bit of time to discuss some things with one another, kind of talk about what happened recently and how they're feeling in this moment. It felt like everyone kind of had moments of just getting some stuff off their chest and kind of just expressing a little bit of feeling and kind of going through that. Apart from R&R, who did that through training and punching things during that time. And after some time aboard the ship, everyone has gained some new roles on the Zephyr for when they do travel and things in the future on their Zephyr. But they arrived at Ulegatus, the cluster city. And after an interesting encounter with the check-in lady, who definitely was very brazen and not super helpful, the crew have made their way into the hub, onto the main floor of the hub, where gambling, debauchery, and all manner of things are happening around them. You guys kind of have a plan, but you also kind of haven't had a conversation on the airship or anything like that. We didn't go through a conversation or anything for you guys to discuss what the plan of action is in here. So what I'll do is just a little description. So the room around you, again, you've got these rock kind of things protruding from the ground that create tables where people are playing games. You've got servers walking around. The female presenting ones are dressed in like gorgeous saris and things like that, all black and white. And then the male presenting ones, the pitmen typically at the tables, are dressed in gorgeous suits, like tuxedos basically, that are black with purple chrysanthemum patterns on them. Again, both these people can be paid and their clothes become transparent. Lots of games are happening. There's fights breaking out. You can see there's people drinking and smoking things over in different corners. It just seems pretty wild and debaucherous. You can also see off in the distance a sign that's almost like a signpost with different signs pointing in different directions, you know, like you might find at a crossroad in the country. And those signs are kind of giving you names of places and directions of which you guys could go. If everyone's sitting comfortably, though, let's begin. Over to you, wonderful people, as you stand in the entrance, seeing all this chaos, hearing like, oh, you hear like, as someone gets slapped at one table, you hear someone, you know, over in another corner, chug, 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 yeah, go on. You know, it's just pure chaos around you guys.
I would probably, so would I know where to find a room? Because, like, I don't know where to get a room, right? I want to go to, like, a place that's kind of quiet, kind of, that I would...
A room for y'all to stay, like a room for you guys to stay in?
Yeah, because if I'm going to be here for we
Cool.
haven't discussed a full plan. I feel like at least for now, at least like at nights, we can at least discuss like kind of group up. So yeah,
Cool. Yeah, you know that essentially what you can do is there's a desk here on the main floor of the oh my god, tongue twisted myself into that just there. On the main floor of the hub, there is a desk over in the corner that you can go to where you can basically check into rooms. Now, the rooms actually aren't in this main structure. They're typically actually the little floating bits around this main structure. So you actually have to hop in your Zephyr and just kind of float over to one of the little ones. And typically it's like a 1 or 2 bedroom situation in these little like rocks that are floating around the main cluster of stuff there, basically.
nice for privacy though. And so here, let me. I think we should probably get a room. So if that's okay with everybody. You might have seen me flown in there, kind of the rocks that are spaced out and about, so it'd have a little bit of privacy at least, which I think would be kind of nice.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, we can discuss moving forward in some privacy.
And it just so we're here, like you may, if I mean, hopefully, maybe forgotten, but you may hear I did have a nickname BLT, so that's what you hear from me first. It stands for Bad Luck Toad because sometimes the bad things could happen around me. Because I mean, you've seen the kind of spells I can cast, stuff like that. So whatever, Matt. So yeah, I just want you guys to hear from me first, but now it doesn't feel as bad though. So but yeah, I'll go get a room.
Can I just quickly throw something above board as well? Blanco, as someone who broke a bunch of creatures who worked here and were kind of, enslaved here out, are you trying to have you disguised yourself when you just come in? What are you wearing?
Not
what are you looking at?
myself, but because there's so many creatures here, and there's just so much transient, I feel like that there would be creatures coming and going similar to me kind of thing. But I'm just keeping myself, my face down, my scar is like recognizing marks and things like that, and that's why I was look behind me. I was where we could get a room.
Beautiful, awesome, cool. Sorry, continue. I just want to check that. Awesome.
I say, Toad, I have heard that room 207 is the one furthest out, and maybe we get the most privacy. It's just a little bit further, but I heard 207 might be the best.
Okay, no, I think it's a great idea. I'll get 207.
Okay.
Amazing.
Is it always
yeah, this is not crazy right now. This is normal stream.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll say above table too, Toad is not hiding himself at all, because Toad always wants to be himself, so he's just he's just Toad.
Amazing. Is the whole group making their way over to the check-in counter, or is it just the Toad and Blanco, or just Toad?
Might just because it's up to you guys. You guys can meet me because we're running to fly. This, you guys can meet me at the ship, or if you guys, it's up to you guys. It took me a second to get a room.
This is not R&R's area of expertise. I think he is just going to be keeping watch to see if anyone is watching the group.
Oh, I love it. Okay. With your passive perception of an 18, you're kind of looking around. And again, aside from discerning that the stuff that's meant to be elegant in this place is a little bit more run down than it's made to look. It's almost like, the mermaid effect kind of situation. You're seeing, from afar everything looks great, and then when you get close up, it's not so great. And R&R, you're looking around and you start to spot people that are standing out to you. There's 5 or 6 dotted across the room that seem to be kind of casually interacting with stuff going on, but you can tell that they, like you, are surveying the floor. They're looking back and forth and checking over the place. You assume that it's some sort of internal security for the place or something like that, but they're definitely trying to be incognito and trying to keep their heads, down, blend in with the rest of the crowd for sure.
Sure. Good to know.
Amazing. You guys make your way over to the desk, and behind the desk is a little gnome fellow who is missing an arm, but is dressed in like a gorgeous, like a bellboy kind of like outfit, basically. And the arm is like, his arm that is missing is like pinned and folded like really nicely and neatly, and it's got like a gold clip on it. And he's like, hello. Hello. Hi everyone. What can I do for you? I assume you're looking for a room. Unless you're lost, I could maybe guide you somewhere that you might want to go. Can I possibly help you guys?
Yes, we need to get a room, the 207 if possible, but and
207. You see him kind of swivel around, and he's like on this like stool kind of thing that has wheels on the bottom of it, and he pushes himself like away from the desk over to like a cabinet of keys. He opens it like ever so slightly, not enough for you guys to see, but like looks back at you and then like looks back in, and he's like, pulls out a key. 207, was it? How long do you plan to stay with us here?
For a couple of days. Are you okay? Your voice seems a little different.
Are you okay? Your voice is like my voice.
Well, I'm talking normal though. When you first greeted, you sounded a little. We'll just say like
I had a hot lunch, like spicy. I went to one of the kiosks around the corner and got some spicy stuff, and it just got me in the in the throat in the back there. So just a little voice break there at the beginning.
Inside check. Inside check. Can I inside check it?
Yeah, 100%.
No, it's a 6. I'll believe him.
That's a 6. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he fully just had a voice break.
Alright. Well, but yeah, so we'll be here a couple of days, but yeah. And I didn't mean to pry. I meant that if you're trying to hide a different voice, but I see this is your real one. So, but be proud of it. That's all I was gonna say.
I mean, whether I'm hiding my voice or I'm not, this, what this place is for. I'm sure with the fact, what I'm talking about. So, anyway, that's gonna be how many of you are there? That's gonna be 1 gold piece a night for room 207.
All right, we'll get at least 3 nights then.
No.
I look at the group just like.
And Blanco steps forward and puts his like debit card from his account.
Amazing.
Like
the way that works is it's a tattoo.
Oh, my wrist or what.
The way it works is a tattoo scan essentially. So
okay.
You slide your wrist over, and he nods, takes out basically like what looks like a bit of wood that's been like spiraled up and kind of goes out into like a fork almost, but with only 2 prongs. As he presses like a button on the top, a bit of like arcane energy like goes through it. As he then scans your wrist and puts it back down and goes, "Your friend has paid for it all. He's covered everything. So is there anything else that I can help you with today?"
No, I think that's it for everything. But thank you.
No, thank you, my fellow deep voice brother.
I mean, yeah, but deep voices aren't everything. I mean, it's just a natural voice. So high pitched, deep, there are voices and voices.
I don't often talk to someone that can reach the decibels that I mean, I'm part of a barbershop quartet, and as the bass, they said that it's very rare for them to find people who can hit the lower register of the depths, the real depths of
Sing me something right now, and I'll accompany you with my harmonica, if you don't mind. I mean, sing me something. I'll start playing like, a little quartet kind of tune, harmonica, kind of.
You see him just be like, and then he starts beating on his chest. And he's like, And just starts giving you a bit of that, basically.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Is that a Wolf of Wall Street reference?
Yeah.
What the hell? Give me whiplash.
And he's like, so as you can clearly see, I'm proficient in the lower register. I was just appreciating
Not bad.
your register.
Not bad. Mm.
I step forward and I say, yeah, you've got an incredible voice and probably something to explore developing. I do have a question though. We have come here and there's someone that we're trying to meet, and I think his name is Porthos. I think it's Porthos. Just wondering if anyone by the name of Porthos has checked in and we could perhaps
Well,
see what he's saying.
I can't give you any information about anyone who's checked in here. Obviously, client confidentiality. We're a place for. Well, never mind. It's essentially, it's so no. But now you say it. When I came to work today, someone mentioned that there was a new fellow who was starting, who I'm not sure if his name was Porthos, but no, he was talking about a guy called Ancalagon. No, I'm totally wrong. He was talking about a guy called Ancalagon, and maybe his name was Porthos. I don't know, but a new member of staff over on No Man's Land, the guild island.
So he's come in as a new employee, and he might be called Porthos or this Ancalagon.
I was walking through. I just finished putting on my gear for the day, and was walking through. I just finished folding up my thing here, and was walking through, and I just kind of caught wind of like the end of what they were saying. Essentially, does that make sense?
Perception?
Insight?
Sure. Insight. 11.
With an 11, yeah, he seems to be trying to give you guys, he's trying to be helpful. Like, you could tell his position at this place is he's here to help the public as well as check people in. So he's just trying to be helpful for you guys, essentially. He's like, how'd you know the guy? Is he like a family friend or long lost lover for all of you?
He's just someone we've been told to come and meet. He's a friend, and he's meeting. Yeah. I guess he's hanging out with a guy named Thandu.
You need to go see. Well, definitely head over to No Man's Land then. And Thandu is there at the moment. I know. I saw his Zephyr come in this morning. He's 100% there. But is it your first time meeting him?
Thandu, yeah, it is.
Just don't say anything about like how like in your face he is. He doesn't like it when people bring up how like up front he is, and like you'll see what I mean when you meet him. But just don't bring it up. You'll regret it. I've already regretted it.
So he will be up front, and our job is not to name how up front he is.
Yeah, he's just sensitive about like his mannerisms and how he acts, basically. So just be careful, or be careful.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
No problem. Hey, little guy, and he like points to himself in his gnomish, diminutive, small body to other small people in the world. I'm there with you. I'm here at the bottom with you guys. So it's all good. By the way, if you get a chance, I strongly recommend checking out the Pleasure Dome. As I'm told to say, where your wildest fantasies will come true and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so yeah, just.
Yes. What is your name?
Me?
Yeah.
My name's Quentin.
Quentin, gracias, Quentin, for your help. And should we have any further questions, we'll come back. You have been most helpful.
What's the name of your quartet, by the way, too?
Well, essentially because I'm the only base that they could find, they called me the Quinton Five. We're actually five. We're not a quartet. There's five of us, but they call us the Quinton Five, basically. They made me like the unofficial leader, even though I'm the small person in amongst a bunch of giants. You'd be surprised. They're all a bunch of giants that I sing with. But it'd be what it be.
Why not the quintet?
You see him just stop, as like almost beads of sweat begin breaking out on his forehead. Damn, I didn't think of that one. That's real good. I'm gonna pitch that at our next rehearsal. That's real good. That's real good. I'm gonna take that for sure. Are you okay? I don't want to I understand intellectual property. I don't want to take the idea from you. Are you okay if I use that?
Go ahead, brother.
Thanks. You guys are great. You guys are cool. I appreciate all of you greatly.
Thanks.
Likewise.
Later. Have a good day,
Exactly.
Capitanos, friends.
I give him a fist pound too, just like a little.
He's like, oh, knuckle up.
I go over to Toad and I explain to him where 2077 is because he's piloting our Zephyr. I sort of
Cool.
explain to him whereabouts it is
Cool.
as we're walking back.
Let me ask you this. Are you guys heading back to your ship to then go back to your room and do some planning there? Or is anyone else doing anything else here in the hub or going to any of the other islands or anything else involved here? Or we'll heading back to the room?
Oh, I have a quick question. Is there like a sort of like a fighting ring, kind of like the underground one we had back at the place we were just at, or something like that here?
100%. In the basement floors of the hub, if you go down, so the top floors are exotic cuisines and things like that on the top floors of the hub. And then underneath that, basically on the bottom floors of the hub, you have the undead rat races, basically, which are basically like dog racing, but with undead rats. And then you also have the fighting pit down there as well.
Okay. And I will ask Blunk. So, and then do we know where the place is? I do want to go by sometime. The place that Blanca broke me out of. I do want to stop by there sometime. So later on, just I do want to go by there.
Yeah. So that would be exotic flavors, and that's upstairs in the hub. You can you're more than welcome to go up there if you want to go while these guys are doing anything. But yeah, up to you guys. Yes, Arnar.
Can I suss out if there's a pit fighting circuit here? I'm assuming there is. But
100%. There is definitely.
That's all one.
Yeah. 100%. I reckon you can see there's a sign that says down to the sludge pit is like the sign pointing like down the stairs to like the sludge pit, basically, which Toad knows is the fighting pit. Here.
Well, because he want Toad because he want to talk to Arnar about that. That's what Toad was. So if they can have moments of that, so that'd be awesome. He didn't want to talk to, but he wanted to give Arnar space, so he didn't want to push or pry. So Toad's definitely wants to have him, but he's waiting to because he knows Arnar. He wants to whenever Arnar's ready to talk. So he's just
I think you probably just noticed Arnar looking at the sludge pit, just kind of very clearly.
Yeah, I was going as I said, as we're all walking. I was going to say there is a little thing. So if you want to, what was his name that you used to fight with? I forget his name. Brain fart. What's your fighting name?
City Boy?
the mole or City
The
Boy?
mole. The mole.
Oh,
the
my,
mole.
yeah.
The mole. The mole. Right? So if the mole has to you gotta come here too. I'm just saying there's if you need to.
It would be a good alibi, but I think I might just fight as myself this time.
Toad just smiles, Toad just gives the biggest oh, I mean, that's I don't know, I think Arnar is cooler than the mall ever was, in my opinion, so I mean I think that's awesome.
we're the same person, so I don't really think there's a difference.
Well, there is, but you were.
I don't understand. Is this?
Well,
the
because
rest of you have kind of walked on and then see that these two have stayed behind, so you've like turned back around and come back and joined this conversation as these two are talking.
Well, I mean, because no, they are, but the mall was more. You were, in a way, is a part of you were more acting in a certain way though. Like this, I feel like
It's a persona, but it's definitely it's a facet of myself. I don't understand how that is.
You're
Is
right.
this-
You
Am I missing something? Have I
No.
missed an idiom or something like that?
well, no. I mean, I just feel like, which do you? Well, how do you feel? So that is a part of you, but how do you feel most comfortable? Like, what is your more just like? What does R&R feel like R&R is most of the time? Is I guess is what I'm trying to fumble around and say.
I elbow Evis and I say, "What's going on?"
Identity crises? Aren't we all having them?
I don't know.
But I didn't mean to. I don't know. I feel like the mall. Like we all have different facets to us. That's correct. But I feel like this is a more you or the bigger part of you, if that makes sense. And not a disrespect, but I feel like this is you're more R&R than you are more so than just the mall. The mall's a part, but a smaller part of you than R&R, if that makes sense.
I suppose. I don't know.
It could be wrong because you only knows who you are, so I could be wrong. That's just
I don't know who I am, Toad.
yeah, you know that's.
I elbow Evis again and I say, "Are they having problems?"
Are they dating?
No, they're a partnership. They're good friends. And it seems like they're not clicking right now.
So they're dating. No.
I would say to you, Deb, I don't think I don't think I think that's something we're always trying to figure out. I don't think there's ever I think that's something we're always figuring out to the end is who we are. Always trying to find that next node. I don't think there's ever. I think we're always kind of. I had a wonderful conversation with Blanco, and I think we're all just. I think change is constant. Is the only constant.
So we are only complete in death.
Well, no, not complete. I don't think that. I just think that the beauty in life, because I think even in death we're probably still changing. I don't think that ever stops, and so I don't know. I don't think it's bad not to know who you are because we're different every day. So that's all.
Okay.
And to me, and in my opinion, you're no matter whatever form you come in, you're always awesome in my book, though. So whoever the mall R&R, you are. That's all. That's you're always you to me. I guess what I'm trying to say. So I don't know.
There are a lot of pieces of R&R that I suppose I assemble into a mask that I need for any given situation. But to me, you are always a friend.
At that moment, continue, Sam. No, continue.
Oh, I was about to say, but right now I just want to hurt people for money.
I got you. And do you need a sort of manager, or what do you call the person who's like ringside, like who passes them off with like
Ornament.
yeah,
Please,
Ornament.
that would be helpful. I have gone in this alone for too long, I think.
I could be your cut man. Just in case. I mean, you're not going to get cut. You probably won't. I don't even know if you've ever got cut. Your skin looks very smooth, so you
I
probably
exfoliate daily, thank you. But no, I have been cut in combat before. Even sanctioned matches can get a little brutal when you're fighting someone and one of their knuckles pops out of their hand and suddenly it's a cutting weapon. And they keep fighting with it for some reason, even though I advise them not to, and I come out of the persona to say medically it is not correct in order to fight with the metacarpals plunging out in a cracked fashion. You could hurt yourself or others, and they're like, no, you cannot do that because we are mid-fight, and I would like to win money, and I say you can't win money if your insurance is that bad. It was a whole thing. I'm sorry. Is that a campaign?
You're good. No, you're
Okay,
good.
yeah.
I see.
You're good. That's well.
But I will take all the assistance I can get.
Amigos, we are forgetting what we are here for. Come on, I mean, shall we move on back to the Zephyr and go to our room? How is everyone feeling?
Or we could go to No Man's Land. That's where.
But maybe we should have a plan before we step to No Man's Land. Maybe to.
I agree, but I'd say it can already at least get just one fight in. I mean, I feel like that's something that they need to be at their best. So I feel like yes, this is important, but I think a little moment for him. I think it'd be important too, just to get. If that's okay.
Blanco, you look at R&R, and he's just you can see that he's ready to throw down.
And the last thing I want is it to be me. So
R&R is just going to lean into Toad's ear and very quietly say, I just need to feel competent again. Please give me this.
And I'd look at him like, and to say back to him quite like, I'm definitely gonna help you with this, but with this fight or not, like you are always competent. Competent does not mean getting all the notes right. Sorry, music's on my mind all the time. I'm sorry, so it's always gonna be music related. But
I'm aware, but
even in jazz, sometimes like even if the wrong note, it's okay. It doesn't mean you're more of a not a master of your craft. Sometimes you hit the wrong note, and that's how you find a better next time. And so we can't always know the right notes, but we can always kind of reassess, recover from it, and learn. So, yeah.
I see.
Enter back to the group. So just one. If we have 1 or 2 fights, and then block. You're right. We do have a mission. I get sidetracked easily, but just one. If that's okay, it'd be really quick.
At this point, Blanco's okay, and he's looking at the short shaved fur again, as it's annoying him. As like, see.
Amazing. I imagine Toad and R&R turn and begin to make their way down the stairs. Is anyone else going with them? Is anyone else doing anything else?
I think Gio is coming with us. I think Gio's going to be like the patching up.
Cool. Yeah, I will go with them, but in my mind I'm thinking this is off the beaten path, and I'm not sure what purpose this is going to serve, but I saw how committed both R&R and Toad are to it, so I'm not going to question it. I'm going to go with them. And I turn around and I look at Blanco and Evis and I say, are you coming? Nice. You don't have to, but...
Evis looks over at Blanco and shrugs like, you want to go?
I mean, Blanco's sort of at this point, sort of still skeptical being around, but he's like, if he goes down there, it's sort of a bit darker. It's sort of, he could be more in the shadows, where, so he's like, sí, vámonos.
Awesome. Okay, the group make their way. You guys make your way down some stairs, and as you do, you can see that the walls of this, building, the place you're in, are this kind of exposed rock that you can see on the outside of all the clusters. And it kind of just continues as you walk down a staircase that is carved from the stone itself. And as you come down, you can hear like a drum beat, like a dong, 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 beating as you kind of make your way down to the first floor. And as you do, you kind of all peer in through the doorway, and you can see that there's 3 undead rats on a table, like scurrying across as they chase something that's being fired across the table. As you can see a bunch of people go, you crazy son of a bitch, go, and are just absolutely going nuts. And you can see people are holding money up I put 33 on lucky day, and just shouting crazy stuff all over the place, and just mad gambling going on there.
I love Rat Table.
Right.
My favorite game.
Rat table is what it's called now. And
Coming soon
Toad-
to a Kickstarter near you.
Rat
Toad
table.
Toad hates any anal cookies. The way we kind of bites his tongue is like,
yeah, not a
They're
fan.
dead.
Is Toad. As you guys see that, you see the sign that says Sludge Pit as you come down, and as you continue down the stairs, the drum beat gets louder and louder until you come to a set of double doors. There is a huge Goliath gentleman stood with his arms crossed at the door. You can see he's got like a black strap around one arm with an identification card in it, and he's wearing like kind of like a high-vis tuxedo top, basically. And he stood there, and you walk up to him, and he's like, "Okay, just the lot of you, yeah?"
Yes.
I turn to Arnar and I say, I'll be your corner man. I mean, I'll be your cut man here in a second, but can I be your manager?
no, it's okay. Well, just in the
No,
place
you're
that.
the corner man.
Oh,
You're the corner man.
Oh, you're
Anyway.
right. You're right. Yes, you can be. Yeah.
So
by
is it all?
means.
Is it all of you?
I step forward. It is all of us, but we're here for him. And I point to Arnar, and I say, I'll introduce you to Arnar Greywolf up for the next fight.
Oh, I didn't know that you were fight. Sorry, sir. I didn't realize you were a fighter tonight. Please go straight through. If you go down to the left, you'll find the corridor that leads to the fighter section. Out back there, you can begin getting prepared and preparing for your fight tonight. I wish you good luck, mate.
I'm a quarterman too, so I'll be accompanied.
Good for
I'm
you.
just a cheerleader.
With the cheering squad.
Well, I'm glad that I'm the bouncer. Now that we all know everyone's professions, do you want to go through?
Yeah, we're good.
Awesome. Cool. Go for it. As you push through the doors, what you see inside is a little bit different to what we saw in the basement of the Claw Mafia. It's almost like the production scale has not been doubled, but has been times by like 100 down here. As you walk in, you can see that it's basically stadium seating that all feeds downwards into a center ring. You can see that this ring, or what it more looks like, is a cage, essentially. And the top of the cage kind of curves over, creating like a semi-roof with like a small hole in the top. The cage is just wired. You can see it's torn in places. It looks sharp and rusty and not super great, but all above it are lights flashing, strobes going off, lasers that are spinning around the room, shining lasers. You can hear now as you walk in that this drum beat is the beginning bit to a walkout song that suddenly starts with a bow, 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 now. And just like beautiful, like hard guitar riff comes in, and you see a fighter walk out of a corner with his hands raised. You can see kind of bandage wraps on his hands, and you hear over the microphone, "Coming to the ring is a fighter that's weighing in at 175 pounds. He is currently undefeated in the Sludge Pit, and we are so excited to have him back. We have Travis the Smasher Brown here with us today, and of course, he will be fighting in the blue corner." And then another song starts and you see another guy come out. As you guys see this, the crowd is going apeshit. It's like the levels of this building seem to be like their own little universes. The crowd is going apeshit as these fighters coming in. You can see people arguing about who's the best one. People throwing like alcohol and mead around in their mugs as they wave their arms around shouting. It's, again, pure chaos down here. As both fighters get into the cage, you guys are stood at the top. Back over to you.
Can I ask you, do I know these fighters? Can I do a perception check? Because having lived here before and been part, because if I do, I want to go bet on the one that I think that's gonna.
You actually don't know these two fighters. However, what you do recognize is you recognize the referee. You recognize the referee. He is this like kind of person that has like scales all over their body, basically in different patches. And you can see that he has like almost like, if you imagine a dragonborn that didn't fully form into the dragon part of their heritage and kind of stayed more in the middle, kind of like of humanoid and dragon. And so you can see that he's got like a couple of big like ears that poke out and are all jaggedy and scaly. And then like his nose and mouth kind of come into a snout, but he has like human eyes and like human cheeks essentially. And you recognize him very much. That's someone that you used to drink with back in the day, and is someone who you would often chat to and spend time with. His name is going to be Kolash.
Okay. If this guy is the ref tonight, he is very fair. So if R&R is fighting, it's nothing about the homeboy with referee Kolash. He's all about it being a fair fight. So
Good to know.
You see one fan a couple rows ahead of you stands up and goes, "Ah, fuck Travis!" And as he says this, he kind of falls forward and falls into the next row. A couple of people are like, "Oh, you bastard," and start like punching him and hitting him. And it's just like I said, just chaos everywhere, all around you.
This is that Travis. This is that Travis from like when we first met up, right?
No, he's dead.
Okay,
He's dead.
okay,
Different
When we
Travis.
chucked into like a fucking pit into the sky.
Hey, something's in.
He's back.
I do a perception check to see who might be running this place, so that I can maybe like try to manage R&R into a fight.
Yeah, for sure. You can see blatantly. It's not hard for you to see. Like down by the ring, there seems to be more important people closer to like cage side, basically. And you can see that there is this giant Goliath gentleman who is in a suit that is like pretty tight. You can see his muscles are kind of rippling. He's bald, but like older gentleman. And he kind of sits there, and he's got like a little like entourage kind of with him. But you can see that he's not really paying much attention to the fight happening. He's kind of more talking to the people next to him and laughing. You can see he's got lots of gold jewelry and necklaces wrapped around him and things like that. He's pretty like decked out.
Okay. I turn to R&R and I say, "Are you sure you want to do this?" I think you're muted.
Am I?
Oh no, there you go.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, you're.
I must have said it very quietly. Sorry. Take that one again. Yes.
And do you want to do it now?
I suppose.
Okay. I think I know who we can ask about getting you in that cage. I'll go down there.
Should I accompany you?
Toad. Yeah. You come with me, Toad. Let's all go. Let's all just go down.
Amazing.
So
You guys make your way down the stadium seating in amongst people who are like walking about and whatnot. You get down and there's like a barrier around the like inner circle, and as you come up to the barrier, a dude kind of steps away and goes, VIPs only, sorry.
we're not trying to sit in there. We just have the best fighter in the People's Republic that wants to challenge anyone in there, and I think that's the man we have to talk to.
You see him go, whoa. I don't care whether you've got the best fighter from freaking Timbuktu. I don't care. Well, you can't get through here. This is for VIPs only. Did you not hear me?
Hey, well, we're gonna be. I'm sorry.
Can I roll persuasion?
Yeah, go for it. Give me your role play first.
Okay. I turn around to everyone and I then turn back to him and I say, "Look, this fighter has beaten everyone in the biggest island in this whole fucking place. So you get me that guy, so we can get him to kick your guy's ass and put money on it. Now."
As you say this, go for it, Toad. Yeah.
Well, I was going to get.
Yeah, go for it.
I was going to give it advantage. I was going to give it either help action or persuade myself. But if I see Gio getting it, so I just want to kind of back him up. And I'll do So I was going to do the help action, or even just I was going to do bardic inspiration for Gio, just for being so awesome right now.
Beautiful. You can roll with advantage, Tom. Go for it.
All right, I'll just take my first roll because it's going to end up being a 21. But I
get a 20.
Sorry.
See if you get a 20.
Let's go
just
again.
in case.
No, we'll go with the 21. It is the 21. But as soon as I've said that, and I wait for his reaction, I can hear my heart beating because I haven't been in this space much, but I'm venturing into it.
Yeah, Gio, suddenly everything around you suddenly gets a little bit blurry as you begin to see stars after exerting this much like confidence and force. And then suddenly, like, you just, you know, when in movies when concussion grenades go off, it just like, it starts ringing and you can just hear of your heart in your chest just beating. And as you see him go to be like, I said, you see a big, huge hand land on his shoulder. You can see the knuckles adorned in gold rings as he gets spun around and pushed out the way. The person you could see who was ringside, this big, bold gentleman, has stepped forward and has come forward and goes, did you say undefeated best fighter in the People's Republic?
I did. Last fight was against City Boy Thonk. Knocked him cold.
You see him, really? I've had my eye on City Boy for a while. Well, nice to meet you. You see him put a giant hand across the barrier. My name is Danza Black. Nice to meet you.
I step away and kind of nudge Arnar forward.
Oh, yes, hello. I am Arnar Greywolf.
Arnar, it's a pleasure. Ooh, that's quite a grip you have there. Deus. Okay, so you're a fighter. When are you ready? When can we get you in there? I mean, do you have gear with you now? That's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. We just had someone drop out. That's absolutely perfect. Now, obviously, as you're new here, I'd have to start you out on the basic salary. But what we could then do is, you know, if things go well, you know, you start winning fights. Then, you know, we can maybe move you up the rankings and you know, get you some publicity here.
Look, he just wants a fight. Just get him a fight as soon as possible.
Wow,
I was wondering...
Arnar, your manager drives a hard bargain here. I like this guy, and he kind of ruffles Gio's little like hat.
I kind of puff out my chest and I look at Arnar and I smile a little bit.
He is a good manager and a better friend. I am wondering, I am typically a bare-knuckle boxer. I do not know if this is sanctioned within this place. I'm aware it is illegal in some states.
Hey, we are, you fight as you want, so if you want to come in with wraps, some people like to protect their hands, but if you're a bare-knuckle guy, that's all you, man. Personally, I love it when people go bare-knuckle. That shit brings out the blood and the fans go crazy for that shit. So, hey, you want to go in there bare-knuckle, man, be my guest. I would appreciate that, actually.
It is easier to grab onto limbs to break them.
You see him, like, take a second and be like, okay, you're the real deal. I see what's going on here. Well, I hope you're the real deal, because if you're not, that little manager of yours and I are going to have a little talk after this, for sure. He cracks his giant left hand. It's knuckles.
I certainly hope that is not a threat against my friend.
No, of course not. Like I said, it would just be a mutual conversation. So let's go get you. If you go back up to the top and down the corridor at the back there, you can go into the fighters area, get yourself prepared, and you'll be fighting in the main event tonight against a gentleman we like to call the Skull Crusher. But hey, I'm sure Arnar the Grey Wolf will be able to do that.
It's not a Grey Wolf. It's Arnar Grey Wolf. First name, last name.
That's your last name. I thought that was your like alter ego. That's a kick-ass last name. Damn, I thought my name was cool. You know, I'm liking you more and more by the second. What's your fighter name though? You know, it's like Arnar the something Grey Wolf. What's the something, you know?
He really thinks for a moment on whether or not he wants to go back to that past of the mall, and he says, just Arnar.
Hey, just Arnar. Not a problem. I'll let them know up at the table, and I look forward to seeing you, well, whatever the outcome is, I look forward to seeing it, man. And,
I suppose I shall earn a name if I best my opponent in this fight.
Sure. I mean, shit. I can come up with something for you. I've come up with a lot of the names of people here. You know, we have a lot of names. Though people say my names aren't the best, they don't find them great. You know. Be what it be.
Well, I suppose we can let the crowd figure it out then.
Hey, the crowd is what pays. So let's get it. Let's get it. And you see him turn around and go back to his seat.
I turn to Evis and I say, what about R&R, like rock and roll, like 2 R's? You know, like it's not R&R, A-R, 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 R&R. It's just R and an R, so it's like rock and roll.
It could be R. It could be R, and then an apostrophe, and then an N, and then R.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he's rocking your face and rolling you out of the ring.
Yeah. Hey, we could play with it. We can.
I'm not known for my creativity. I apologize.
Yeah. What else is a good R and R? Like, Rampage and Ravage. No, not that. That doesn't have a ring to it. Rock and roll. How about? Oh, never mind.
What about rest and relaxation? Because that's what you're gonna need after fighting him in the ring.
Oh, that was fucking good.
Ideas. Both those are good. I like the music aspect of the first one, but that's pretty damn catchy. You're gonna need some art after this.
You guys are saying that as you make your way back up and like down the whole way to like the fire section.
Yeah.
You see when you come to the fighter section that there's different like almost cubbies where each fighter and their like crews are like working out. You see some guys are hitting pads and stuff before they go fight. You see other ones are fighters that have already fought that are like there with mangled arms, you know, being like, no, be gentle. Oh my god, please, gentle. Oh, yeah, it feels better. Thanks, coach. Thanks. You know, and just things like that all over the place. As you're walking down the line, you're looking for like the empty cubby, and you guys can see there's a cubby at the end next to one that has the name above scratched into the wood, and it just says Skull Crusher scratched into the wood above the
I gotta
the door
kick
frame.
this guy's ass. What a he's just trying so hard. He's trying so hard.
And got so far, but in the end, he's only just a skull crusher.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would definitely love to like hold up, help honor practice. I want to do some, so I'll help honor practice, like, boxing. So like I have like, I'll be flying around moving these things so you can kind of swing at them.
Yeah.
And so
He punches very lightly at you because he doesn't want to hurt you as you're a flying target.
Because I'll have those little mitts, like those big things can hit. So like, come on, I'll be okay. Go ahead and come on, hit. And I still keep going. And anytime you miss, I'll still be like, and I'm gonna say, anytime you miss, like, you're still competent. And we keep repeating that, even if you miss or not, I'm just like, you're still competent no matter what. And we're gonna be casting enhanced ability using for, I think strength would probably be for this one, bull strength. Unless above table he needs something else for his fighting.
Above table, constitution might be more helpful.
Gotcha. So I'll do bear's endurance. So I guess every time he hits, every time he misses, I'm like, you're still competent. Yeah. And like, so yeah, I kind of go from there.
I imagine as well, Toad is sat on Blanco's shoulders to get it at the right height so that you guys can then hit pads. I imagine Evis is there with a towel, whipping it, trying to keep R&R like cool, make sure that he's not sweating as much. I imagine Geo is actually trying to like, engage with other managers and maybe build some rapport as a manager. What would you say Geo's out doing, Tom?
Yeah, I'm just looking around the corner to see if there's anyone going on. Before I've done that, I've also cast Bless on R&R, so he has Bless as well. But I'm just kind of checking out the scene. It's a bit overwhelming for me, but we're here. Somehow we've bluffed our way in. And I'm just going to continue going with the bluff.
As you're kind of looking, you kind of take a peer around. Oh, X card, yeah, go for it.
Really quick, are we okay with this as a table? I know this is very R&R centric, and I just want to make sure that's fine.
Totally.
Yeah, everything.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Cool.
We're all participating.
I know. I'm just, my anxiety is catching up to you. I'm like, oh fuck, am I ruining this for everyone? Oh god.
No. Honestly, I'm tired from last night, and so like the previous episode being a little bit more Eva-centric is actually giving me a minute to like step back and kind of sit
Okay.
and being tired. So
Have a
Cool.
hot second.
And I feel like R&R needs us too. So like, I feel like I
yeah,
don't know, like
Needs
Yeah,
R&R
let's
needs
go
us.
to
Like,
R&R.
hell
I do
yeah.
too.
He needs a win.
And-
R&R
do you
needs some R&R.
Becky, leave this in. I want people to see what we go through as we work through this. I actually want that X card to stay in here because I think that's a
Okay.
great example of what D&D is all about and how we work together and everyone is all about this as a team. That's awesome. I love you guys for that. That was sick. I'm going to say this. So, Gio, as you peer around the corner and you're like, you're checking out things, you kind of look at Skull Crusher, you look into their room, and what you see stood in the room is a giant bugbear, basically. Except he is missing one arm currently. And you can see him just pacing, just like, oh, here, oh, today's a day. I'm so ready. And then at that point, a little like half-elf gentleman runs in and is like, oh, Mr. Crusher, sir, I am so sorry. I almost forgot. And you see him pull out like basically a needle syringe situation. And as you see him do that, you kind of pull your head away as he turns and kind of looks to see if anyone's over his shoulder. You manage to just kind of get your head out of the way. Yeah,
I
back over
put
to
my
you
head
guys.
back in. I put my head back in,
Beautiful.
and I say, "Hey, what's going on?"
You see the big guy turn, and you can see saliva is dripping from this bugbear's mouth. As you can see, the kind of empty space where his arm would be is kind of grown over and fur is kind of grown in place of it. And you can see that he has just got scars and scratches all over his chest. He's wearing like a leather, like almost Conan the Barbarian, like kind of like waist situation. And the small guy like almost jumps out of the small half-elf dude, like almost jumps out of his skin when you come in, and he like fumbles the needle for a second and then catches it and is like puts it behind his back and is like, oh, we're just getting ready for the fight.
Okay, because he's fighting. We've got my guy over around the corner.
Oh, you
And-
stepped in?
We stepped in, and I just wanted to. Hi, Mr. Skull Crusher. Looks like you've been. Have you been cutting weight? Because you looked a little sucked out, Mr. Skull Crusher. Looked like you might have left a little bit back in the steam room or the training room.
Perhaps
see-
an arm.
You see
Can I roll that with Can I roll that with
intimidation.
persuasion?
Go intimidation. Go intimidation.
Okay.
Awesome.
And I think it's for the bardic inspiration because
Oh yeah, you have bardic inspiration, and you also have the inspiration from earlier as well, Tom.
Okay. So hang on. I've got
Bardic is a D6.
I've got a dirty 20, and then roll again. Yeah, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Beautiful.
Bardic inspiration would be a D6, and when you use bardic, that's a D6 to add on to it.
All right, let's go. That's a 25.
You see the manager be like, oh, I was about to say, we're so thankful that you were able to take the match, and blah, blah, blah. And you see him just like start talking. Gio, your eyes are locked with Skull Crusher as you say this. And you don't hear like the manager talking at this point. It kind of just fades into the background. And you're just looking at Skull Crusher. And as you say, you're looking about a bit drawn out, bit like you've left something in the corner. You see him go from to then, oh. You see him like kind of like flex a little bit and be like almost like a little bit of self-consciousness, a little bit of doubt was just seeded in his head by you as you see that kind of moment in his eyes of just like, you know, he almost like grips his pec as if to be like, yeah, it's still there. Yeah, I'm still powerful. You know what I mean? Like something like that, basically.
And then I take a step away and I say, listen, no offense or anything. I mean, we all have good days and we all have bad days. So I'm just going to go back around to...
The manager's like, oh,
work on
yeah, No problem. Yeah, please do. And if you ever want to talk about business deals or sponsorships or things like that, I'm more than open to chatting with you about that. It's such a thank you so much for taking the fight on such short notice.
I'm looking at Skull Crusher and I'm like, so if it is, one of those days for you, that's just how it goes. We can't always bring the best of ourselves into the cage. And I turn around and I walk out.
You see the manager be like, "Ha, good one. Well, we're gonna bring it. Don't you worry." And then you hear him kind of turn around and pull the curtain to their kind of area, and you hear him be like, "Okay, let's see. Turn around. Let me get your ass." Cool. At that moment, you're gonna hear the kind of bell begin ringing as someone then runs in the back and goes, "Right, main event. It's your time. Come on, get up in it. Let's go, 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 go. First up is the contender. Please, can you make your way?" And is gesturing to R&R and the team, basically.
Okay. Takes off vest.
I'm playing that song. I'm playing, you know what song I'm playing.
Yeah. Any song. Yes, from Stony, famous boxer of yore.
Oh, I was thinking the theme for John Cena.
Amazing. And as you start making your way out, you can hear, "We have a new fighter gracing us with our presence today. I'm told that they are from the People's Republic and that they are the current reigning champion." At this point, the crowd goes, "Rah!" You hear people boo, like just chaos. Again, as you walk in, you come up to the cage and there's a guy stood by the cage. He is a tiefling fellow with black gloves on, and he's wearing like a black polo t-shirt with like black trousers. And you can see he's got like a little tub of Vaseline in his hand, and he's like, come here then. And he takes the Vaseline, rubs a little bit on R&R's forehead, just in case, and a little bit down his nose, and then goes, "Can you make a tea for me?" He then pads down R&R to make sure that he's not concealing anything, checks the legs. Is R&R concealing anything? Do I have to make an investigation check?
Oh no.
Beautiful.
R&R's all about fair fights.
I didn't know if you had your pen in your pocket or anything like that.
Oh no, he's not
Cool,
taking
cool.
the one spent to move them all.
Cool. And then he's like, "You're all good, mate. Say goodbye to your coaches and hop up in there."
Goodbye.
You guys have a second to say anything to R&R that you wish before he goes up.
Hey,
Yeah,
R&R,
like,
Yes.
look at me, R&R. You can do this. This is your time.
Thank you, Gio. I might struggle with ringside talk, as I am not trying to put on a persona, but I will certainly attempt to win this fight. So, thank you, all of you.
win or lose, you're still number one in my book. So give them hell. And kind of do like fake gesture, like come on.
So, R&R, as you go up the steps, you stand at the entrance of the cage. Is there any ritual or anything that R&R is going to do before he enters the cage? Is there any like a lot of martial artists will like bow as they enter or anything like that? Does R&R have anything like that he's doing as he goes in?
R&R just reaches up and like realigns his spine really quick.
With a crack that silences the crowd for a second, as then the roars and boos ripple back up. Anything else from R&R?
No, he's just cracking his bones and joints before he gets to his corner.
Amazing. You walk in and you do like a little lap of the cage and then get to your corner and kind of stood waiting. The lights all suddenly go out. Then suddenly a beam of light. Bam, 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 bam. And you again see fucking the giant bugbear person that Tom you'd been talking to comes out raising his one arm, and the crowd are all like, "Skull Crusher!" You see like there's like a female Dragonborn lady who's like, "Oh my god!" And she like throws her underwear at him and like almost like passes out. You see a bunch of dudes being like, "That guy's the man! That guy's the fucking man! Oh my god, yeah, look at him go!" It's just like pure carnage. as he gets to the ring. You see the guy goes to put Vaseline on him and he snarls at him. The guy like flinches backwards and is like, okay, you're all good. And gestures him up to the cage. As he steps up onto the cage, he's staring right at Arnar as Arnar kind of sways ever so slightly. He's staring at him and just tracking you, Arnar, as he then lets out a huge scream as he then slams his one hand down onto the canvas and walks in to the cage. As he does, he circles past you, giving you, not breaking eye contact as he circles in front of you, and then back to his corner.
As he passes by, Arnar is going to say, "Good roar."
He's gonna like look at you and then be like kind of confused for a second, and then like re-get angry and like go back to his corner. And he's gonna turn. He's gonna turn and face his corner, put his arm on the cage. As you can see him speaking to the little person there. As this happens, the announcer, who is dressed in this gorgeous, bedazzled, like armor suit. You can see it's made of metal pieces that all intricately kind of fold. It's got diamond inlay around the edges and is absolutely stunning. As he clunks in, he's like, "Right, everyone, it is the hour! So, everyone, please clear the ring and prepare for battle!" As he then steps back and goes, "Let's get ready to tussle!" And the cage door is shut for copyright purposes.
We love you, Bruce.
And the bar is pulled across as a ding of a bell is rung. At that
You
moment,
get 6 temper HP, by the way.
yeah,
From Bear's Endurance.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, so I rolled, you get 6 HP, temp HP.
at that
Love it.
moment, before we roll initiative, and we'll do this before we end the session here, you see him stamp his foot on the ground as a chunk of rock lifts from the ground and connects to the place where he is missing an arm. You see the rock begin to shift and move as it crushes and crumbles until it forms another arm that has 3 fingers and like a claw at the end of it made of stone. As the crowd begins cheering, you guys looking around like, is that cheating? What are the rules here, R&R? No clue what happens, but he looks at you, points, and goes to charge. That's where we're going to end the session.
Yeah.
Is there anything? Is there anything that R&R wants to do in that second as well, where you're watching this stone-like form and anything?
I would like to focus. I would
Yes.
like to enter my focus before.
Beautiful.
So.
As you
Do you have any,
focus, sorry, go for it, Blake. Go for it, Blake.
I was gonna say, you don't have any knuckles or any brass knuckles at all like you would have that can toss it, because I don't think you have anything like that, right?
Oh, I don't
I
need
thought
them.
you did. Okay. Oh, snap.
I don't need them.
Oh,
This new build, I'm about to fuck this guy up. I'm really excited.
So beautiful. Let's roll initiative, Sam. You and me then, and
All right.
and let's see who's going to go first next session.
I've gone off and
12.
placed a bet at the bookies on R&R.
Beautiful. How much have you bet? And is it from your account or what you have gold
Yeah,
wise
it's
on
from
you?
my account. No, it's from my account because I
How much are
know
you betting?
I had to leave in such a hurry. I've got all my wages in there, so it's like
Oh.
I bet 3 gold that he is gonna
3 gold.
win.
You-
A win, and I even bet like I go down to the round and like you know what I mean.
Yeah, he is a 4-1 underdog at the moment, R&R, in terms of the numbers at the moment. And yeah, cool. You go make your bet, and you get your little ticket stub ready to go. Anyone else doing anything before we round this one out?
I'm just looking on my friend, like just and just looking like I'm proud of like Geo too, for just like seeing Geo kind of,
Yeah.
because he's not the one talking, so I'm looking at Geo just like that was pretty cool what you did back there. Sam, I see you raise your hands. I'm sorry.
Is Toad ringside?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like yeah.
Arnar's going to lean back and say, "I'm going to rip off his stone arm and beat him to death with it," and then charges at him.
Okay, like yes, but minus the death. Look at no death, but not to death. Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, well, Sam, what did you roll for initiative?
I'll get Geo.
12.
12.
Oh, wait,
Go
do
on,
Uh-oh.
I get advantage? Hold on, wait, I forget if this is a barbarian thing
God.
at this level. I don't know.
Yeah, barbarians, they have to get advantage.
At a
for
certain
all
level, you get advantage of initiative. It's
have
not dangerous.
inspiration?
I do. I want to wait for that because
Save
I
that, but yeah, hopefully.
need it.
Yeah.
Does Bless apply to initiative? It is technically a skill check.
It's
yes,
it
it does. Yes, it does, because it's a skill
Okay,
check.
cool.
It counts as an
Okay.
ability check. Because it's technically dex.
Uh,
What it is.
4. Heyo, so that's 16. I don't think you get advantage on initiative until a certain other level. Let me
Cool.
just check that. I don't see it in my features, so probably not. But I think it's feral instinct. I think that's another feature. Yes, I have to wait to level 7 for that, and I'm not a level 7 barbarian, so not
Well,
quite,
I'm
but 16.
Just
I'll
right
take
now.
it.
Look at Geo, like, hey, you have to get that diamond ready, right? Just in case you're coming to need it. Do you got that diamond, right?
Yeah, I've got it in my hand actually. I was thinking the
Okay.
same thing.
Or
see his-
just
you see
for
his
reasons.
claw? That's the skull crusher thing. I think that's
Oh,
Oh,
Yo.
nice one, Gio. Oh, that was good.
just-
That was some
I just-
detective skills.
wow, I just got that. Dang, it's
yeah.
See, you are a detective already. You're always a detective.
I say, thanks, Toad. You've got it in this corner. I'm gonna go and do something. And I back out and I start making my way around to the other corner to talk to the other manager.
Cool. Awesome.
Oh, man.
Awesome. We'll come back to that next time as well. So we're gonna end
This is Evan.
everything there.
Just a little stabby guy hiding. Just
Hiding. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Skyrim. We really, really appreciate it. Please, if you're enjoying any of this content or this story, subscribe to the YouTube channel. As well as that, if you want to interact with us here at Homie and the Dude, join our Discord server. It's called the People's Republic, as it is. And in there, you can interact with a bunch of other TTRPG enthusiasts, share lots of fun stories, give advice, get new tips and things like that. But as well as that, we just shoot the shit and hang out, and it's just a beautiful place to be a part of. Other than that as well, we also have our newsletter of Holding. If you're interested in getting updates about the work and projects that we're doing here at Homie and the Dude, as well as getting free TTRPG supplements from us, created by myself and the amazing Homie and the Dude team, then subscribe to our newsletter of Holding. It's completely free. And finally, we have our airship combat Kickstarter that we are working on at the moment. It's either going to be in pre-launch, launch, or just after when this comes out, but I imagine it's going to be something that you might find interesting if you're watching the series. It will essentially be airship combat rules for 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons that can be modified for any type of vehicle combat, as well as also then a host of other things like new feats, new creatures, new NPCs, example airships. Oh, and of course, the application that we're building that allows you to build your very own custom airship from scratch. It will give you a stat block at the end of it and a bill for how much it costs to build it. So we look forward to seeing you come on that journey and take to the skies with us for that Kickstarter, guys. Otherwise, thank you so much for taking the time. We all appreciate you massively. I appreciate you guys, my cast and beautiful players very much. And thank you all so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next episode.